Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are taking an unhurried, really focused look at a practice that perfectly blends graceful movement with some truly profound cognitive benefits. Just picture this for a second. You're in a quiet park at sunrise, there's a soft golden light filtering through the trees, the morning mist is gently lifting, and you're locked into the calm, steady rhythm of a slow-moving meditation. Well, today, we're exploring the science and the art of Tai Chi. We're specifically focusing on how this ancient practice promotes healthy aging, deep emotional balance, and razor-sharp mental clarity for seniors. So let's dive right in. So, can a slow, gentle movement physically reshape your brain? It's a pretty provocative question, isn't it? For the longest time, there was this pervasive myth out there that as we age, cognitive decline is just an inevitable fact of life, a one-way street. But what if a practice that looks so delicate and so exceptionally peaceful from the outside is actually a vigorous workout for your brain's architecture? We are going to completely shatter that myth today by looking at exactly how the slow, intentional movements of Tai Chi actively alter our brain structure.
The secret here really lies in a fundamental concept called neuroplasticity. Up until maybe 2 decades ago, the general medical consensus was that your brain only produced new cells early in life. But a really comprehensive review from Harvard Health confirms that this simply is not true. Your brain actually has the incredible ability to change throughout your entire lifespan. It can grow new cells, it can forge completely new neural connections, and remarkably, it can even increase in size at any age. And as the research shows us, various forms of exercise, but especially Tai Chi, are perfectly designed to trigger this growth.
Okay, moving into section 1, a sharper, healthier mind. Let's look at the actual cognitive data to see exactly how this practice protects our future.
I want you to notice this single, powerful number on the screen, 2%. In a massive year-long study highlighted by Harvard, researchers took nearly 400 older adults who had some mild cognitive impairment, and they split them into 2 groups. One group did a traditional stretching and toning program, and the other practiced Tai Chi. Well, after a year, a staggering 11% of the traditional stretching group had unfortunately progressed to dementia, but in the Tai Chi group, only 2%. That is a massive, life-altering difference when we're talking about cognitive protection.
So what exactly is happening under the hood here? Well, when researchers look at MRI scans from these studies, Tai Chi actually outperforms regular walking when it comes to visibly increasing brain volume. It specifically improves your executive function, which, is your ability to multitask, manage your time, and make quick decisions. And beyond just the brain itself, it works all the way down on a cellular level, down-regulating the low-grade inflammation and reducing the oxidative stress that we know drives chronic disease. Ultimately, it significantly slows the progression of mild cognitive impairment. All right, let's jump to section 2, cognitively enhanced Tai Chi. The standard practice is amazing on its own, but wait until you see this fascinating new approach.
So, supported by the National Institute on Aging, this innovative method actually supercharges those brain benefits by pairing the traditional physical forms directly with active mental puzzles. Imagine this, you're moving smoothly through a complex physical form, keeping your balance, focusing on your breathing, and simultaneously, you are being asked to spell a word backward out loud. It's intense, but it forces the brain to maximize its plasticity and memory pathways right alongside that physical coordination.
And the impact of doing this is brilliantly captured in this data from the Annals of Internal Medicine. Researchers tested 304 older adults over 6 months. The stretching group, they saw basically 0 improvement in their cognitive test scores. The traditional Tai Chi group saw a really solid, respectable 1.5-point increase. But look at the cognitively enhanced group, a 3.0-point increase. Literally, just by layering a mental challenge over the graceful movement, the cognitive improvement doubled. That's a real game changer.
Furthermore, this enhanced practice dramatically improves something researchers call dual task walking. Basically, this is your ability to maintain your walking speed and your balance while your brain is busy doing something else, like having a lively conversation or navigating a really busy, crowded sidewalk. Slower dual-task walking speed is actually being heavily investigated right now as an early indicator of age-related cognitive decline. By training your body and mind to work together under a mild, healthy stress, Tai Chi actively protects against those physical gait changes.
Now that we've covered the neurological data, let's look at section 3, finding your flow state, to understand the psychological side of things.
It really all comes down to the flow state. You've probably heard that term, right? It's defined as that holistic sensation of optimal experience. Basically, when you are acting with total mindful involvement in the present moment. Because the movements of Tai Chi are slow, continuous, and circular, they literally pull you into this state. There are no sudden pauses, no jerky stops. It simply becomes a moving meditation that systematically soothes your entire central nervous system. And this completely explains why it feels so incredibly good. You are essentially bypassing the busy, anxious parts of your brain. By focusing entirely on bodily motion and balance, you quiet down your prefrontal cortex. Now, sensory motor integration takes over, which is really just a fancy scientific way of saying your overthinking mind finally gets to take a break. It decreases that endless stream of worries and promotes a profound sense of emotional balance and stress reduction.
Of course, none of this works without the engine driving it. Let's explore Section 4, the art of breathing.
The deep, rhythmic connection between breath and movement is absolutely crucial. In fact, the classical texts describe Tai Chi breathing beautifully. Every single set alternates between gathering energy and delivering it, what's often called opening and closing. When you move your hands up or open your arms, you're inhaling and storing energy. Think of it like drawing back the heavy string on a bow. Then, when you bring your hands down or push outward, you exhale and deliver the energy, like gently releasing that arrow. Keeping this simple, vivid imagery in your head makes the complex breathing naturally fall right into place.
If you're going to try this, you've got to remember these essential principles from the Tai Chi for Health Institute. Your breathing should always originate deep in the diaphragm. This safely sinks your energy, or your chi, right to your body center. You want to coordinate it with your movement, but here is the most important part. Never, ever force or hold your breath. If you ever find yourself getting confused about when to inhale or exhale, just let it go. Drop your shoulders, relax, and just breathe naturally.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the theory. Let's ground this in reality with Section 5, Accessible Chair Tai Chi.
This is a highly accessible, low-impact way to begin practicing right from your own living room, using programs like Easy Tai Chi. Developed by researchers, this is a scientifically validated, simplified 8-form sequence. It's actually modified from the contemporary 24-form version, specifically designed to serve older adults or anyone who might depend on a cane, walker, or wheelchair. The best part, it can be completed in less than 3 minutes, but it still delivers the full mental and physical benefits without putting any strain on your knees or lower body.
Now, before you begin any seated practice, we need to run through a quick safety checklist. Always use a sturdy, non-rolling chair. A standard dining room chair is absolutely perfect for this. No wheels, no rocking chairs. Make sure you're wearing flat, supportive shoes or grippy socks, and practice on a non-slip surface so you don't slide around. And, as always, please consult your doctor before starting, especially if you take any medications that might affect your balance. All right, let's briefly walk through the very first exercise. This is the foundational posture known as Wu Ji, or the opening form. You'll sit upright, slightly away from the backrest. Keep your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart, with your hands resting gently on your thighs, palms down. Soften your gaze or just close your eyes and imagine a string gently pulling the crown of your head upward. The key thing to remember here is that this is active, centered awareness. It is not just passive sitting. You are engaging your core, centering your mind, and prepping your body to move.
And once you actually begin moving through forms, like the classic cloud hands, always keep this core mechanic in mind. The flexibility and strength in Chair Tai Chi originate gently from your torso and your waist. You aren't just waving your arms around in the air. You want to coordinate the rotation of your trunk right along with your breath. You're trying to move like water, soft, fluid, completely relaxed on the surface, but incredibly powerful right underneath. Ultimately, whether you are doing a full 24-form standing sequence in a misty park at sunrise or a seated 8-form sequence right in your living room, the goal is exactly the same. As the Taoist philosopher Lao Tzu so beautifully put it, understanding others is knowledge. Understanding oneself is enlightenment. Tai Chi is a moving meditation. It invites you to truly understand your own body, your own breath, and your own mind. So knowing that this gentle flow can literally rewire your brain for the better, what single mindful movement will you choose to start your journey today?